wherever you may be in the world. Let's see, can I get this little further here? Welcome to the True Conductor Show. Um, man, it's a beautiful day today in DC. It really was a beautiful day. Of course, this was the first day of the trial of Trump. Tanya, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Girl, you're up in here early this time. Today was the first day of the trial up in New York. I didn't participate in that. I'm gonna wait till some of this madness cool down, and then I'll make my way up there. But last night I was talking, about JD. What's going on, man? Thank you for joining me. Last night I was talking about knowing your strengths, knowing what you're good at, and I thought I would come and expound on that a little bit. See, first of all, to know your strengths, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Let me say that again. When you start knowing what you're good at, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. And that's where most people struggle. Being honest with themselves. They'll make excuses before they start being honest. And see, what you're good at could be either positive or negative. Let me say that again. See, what you're good at could be either positive or negative. You got some people that are good at lying, that are good at stealing, that are good at deceiving. But if you're gonna live a righteous lifestyle, see, you can't be over in the negative area of your life thinking God is gonna protect you and you're gonna have favor with God and you doing something negative. See, but what are you good at positive? And then there are some things that you can learn to be good at. See the stuff that comes natural to you, that's a gift. Let me say that again. The stuff that comes natural, that you're good at and you don't have to put no effort to it, that's a gift. That's what that is, a gift. And you got a lot of people that take their gifts for granted. Let me say that again. When you're good at something and it comes naturally, that is a gift. And a lot of times people take those gifts for granted and end up losing it. Because, you can lose a gift. You can lose something that you're good at if you don't handle it properly. But know what your strengths are, man. And in order to know what your strengths, man, you can bullshit a lot of people, but you can't do it to yourself. You have to be honest about what your intents are, what your purpose is. And when you start being honest with yourself, you're going to start learning something about you. See, when you start being honest with yourself. And that's where a lot of people struggle, being honest with themselves. Because they always want to place blame on something or someone else instead of themselves. Know what you're good at, man. Know what your strengths are. See, because when you know what your strengths are, you can guard your weaknesses. Let me say that again. When you know what your strengths are, see, you're in a better position to be able to guard your weaknesses. You ain't gonna leave your weakness out in the open when you know your strengths. That's what you gonna protect. That's what you gonna guard. That's what you gonna hide. Your weaknesses. And you got a lot of people that put their weaknesses on the front line and get bowled over. You know, if you got a weakness for a big butt, fellas, and let me talk to the men for a minute. See, if you got a weakness for a big butt, or some big breasts, or a pretty face, or some pretty feet, or some pretty hands, if that's your weakness, that's the first thing you gonna fall for. Your weakness. Because you ain't got no discipline. And see, that's another thing. When you know what your strengths are, you will develop the discipline to be able to guard your weaknesses. Let me say that again. See, when you know what your strengths are, you'll be able to develop discipline because you're honest with yourself. And right now, if I ask you, who are you? Most of y'all can't even put a definition to you who you are. I'm just me. What does that mean? You're just you. What does that mean? You got to first be able to, everything has a definition. Let me say that again. Everything, even you, have a definition. Example. Well, who are you, True Conductor? I'm a loving, caring, passionate, no nonsense husband, father, and grandfather. That's who I am. Okay? And those things will change as different responsibilities or different areas in your life change. But that's who I am. See, because I know I'm a no-nonsense person, see, there's some positions I don't put myself in. There's some things I don't entertain because I'm a no-nonsense person. See, so it ain't no, if I'm a no-nonsense person, ain't no sense in me hanging around with no people that's always joking. Because I'm no nonsense, I don't play that. And see, and when you know what your strengths are, you're not gonna put yourself in those positions where it's gonna have a chance to taint you. Know what your strengths are. What's going on, Tracy? Thank you for joining me. Okay? Know who you are. Define yourself, man. You're more than just, I'm just me. You know, you ask somebody, well, who are you? I'm me. I'm just being me. What does that mean? Being you. Put a definition to yourself. And no, it's like I told y'all, listen. When my kids were in school, I was a street vendor. And I worked from sun up to sundown. 7 days a week, sun up to sundown. And I didn't have the patience to come home and do homework. That was just not my thing, man, because I've been dealing with these people out here all day, the elements all day. When I come home, I want to have to be able to get me some rest because I got to get up early in the morning. So it was better for me to be able to find what every day, I ask my children, anything I need to know? Because I hate surprises. Every day. And see, if I'm asking you every day, is there anything I need to know? Then you can't come down a week from now, oh, Daddy, I forgot. I'm asking you every day, anything I need to know? Tell me now. See, because I don't want no surprise. And I found that it was better when I'm asking my kids what I need to, well, Dad, I need some help with my math. I need some help with this. And once you tell me that, when I drop you off at school, first thing I'm doing, I'm going to your teacher, who can I contact? Who can I find to help my kid with this? They need help with this. Where can I find that help? Because it was easier for me to do that than to give them a learning disorder because I don't have the patience. Okay? See, if I try to do homework, I'm going to give you a learning disability because I ain't got no patience. See, and I'm going to snap at something, and I might be hitting you upside your head because I'm thinking you acting stupid. So let me get somebody that can enjoy what they're doing this kind of stuff and let them have that responsibility. Know what your strengths are. And in order to do that, you're going to have to be honest about your weaknesses. Let me say that again. See, when you start saying what your strengths are, you're going to have to be extremely honest, too, about what you're weak at. Okay? You got to be honest about that. And that's the one thing most folk don't want to do, is be honest about who they are as a person. All right? Man, I hope somebody gets something out of this. Know your strength, man. Know your strength. Because that's what you're going to operate in. And then when you know your strength, you'll also know your weaknesses. What you weak at. And let me tell you something. And that's something that you don't share with any and everybody. Let me say that again. See, your weaknesses ain't what you're going to tell any and everybody. Because some people will use that against you. Because they know that's your weakness. And that's where they're going to attack you, your weakness. Because you told them what it was. And that's the only way they can find out. Okay? And when you see your weakness coming towards you, you need to run the other way like a man on fire. That's what you got to do. You got to get away from that. You don't entertain and play with your weakness. Because if you do, you're going to end up falling. Okay? Know what your strengths are. All right? Man, thank y'all for joining me. I'll see you later.